Hi there, and thanks for checking into this quick review here at the Museum Modelers channel. This is not going to be a full unboxing, but it is going to be a quick examination of Eduard's limited edition 1/48 scale early Lightnings kit. This is of course the P38 Lightning, and what Eduard has done with this kit is to take the Academy P38, which has been well reviewed elsewhere. I won't go into details on that, but to take Academy's 1/48 scale offering of the P38 and to really hyper detail it. They have created extra decals, lots of resin and photo etch parts, and a whole slew of decals. And what I want to do is show quickly enough some of those options without getting too much into the kit itself. Eduard's offering does let you make this as a P38 FG or H, and I'll just open this up. I've already taken out the extra doodads, so here is the Academy kit with your usual P38 parts, your booms, your wings, your cockpit, and that's the wings there with some extra stuff. So this kit has lots of good points, a couple of finicky bits regarding boom alignment. You get that with any P38. But again, that's just the Academy kit. Reviews of that are available everywhere. I want to show what you get from Eduard in the kit. So first off, beautiful color instructions that shows you the 6 different markings that this kit comes with. I got this specifically because I've always wanted to do Rex Barber's P38. He was one of the pilots credited with shooting down Yamamoto over Bougainville in 1943. And so the fact that those decals are included in this offering made this pretty much a no-brainer for me. Also the fact that the P38 is my favorite World War II fighter aircraft. She's just a beautiful machine. So you get, of course, Rex Barber's decals, and this must be the highlight that Eduard is pitching because the other descriptions of the extra markings are in the back of the manual. And you get, let's see, in case you're curious, you get Robert Ferro's aircraft from New Guinea, 1943. You get one from the 1st Fighter Group in Tunisia, 1943. James Hagenbach's 94th Fighter Squadron from Sardinia, 43. Kenneth Ladd's from the 8th Fighter Group in New Guinea, 44. And then you get A.F. Thompson's from the 80th Fighter Group in Burma of 44. So this is European and Pacific theaters, 43, 44. There is another Eduard offering of just Pacific Lightnings. Most of those are going to be New Guinea. Some of the Solomon campaigns doesn't include Rex Barber's for some wonky reason, so that's why we went with the early Lightnings kit. This is a really cool one, the one from Burma, because it's got this snake tail design that goes along the booms. If I wasn't already dedicated to doing Rex Barber's, I'm sure I would go with that. And we'll talk more about that in just a minute. There are also stencil charts for the Lightnings. Those are more or less universal, so Eduard was kind enough to include that on a separate page so as not to clutter up each individual page. But the instructions, it's the Academy instructions. Eduard has gone in and done some extensive modifications to them. I had an Academy Lightning that I sold once I picked up this kit, so before I got rid of it, I looked at the instructions, and they are clearly based off of the same foundation. But Eduard includes their instructions how to include their Brassin pieces, which we'll look at in a moment, as well as their masks, which masks to apply to which windows, which is great if you don't like making your own masks with Tamiya tape or whatnot. And then what pieces to cut away and where to add your photo etch. Which brings me to the actual components. So here is the photo etch you get, and I'll do my best to zoom in here. This is not just an Eduard zoom kit. This includes extras such as landing, the forward gear bay. It's got, I'm doing this upside down, so I'm trying to straighten it up for you. There we go, so you got your forward gear, internal, what do you want to call it, riveting there for your forward gear bay. You've got your hinges for your gear doors. You've of course got your intakes for your turbochargers and your vents, and then your usual panoply of pieces that go in the cockpit. If you flip this over, you get even more cockpit components. Of course, you get your two-piece control panel, your seat belts, and various harness pieces. There's your levers that go inside the cockpit. So the cockpit can be super detailed just using the kit you get from Eduard. And to complement that, you get, oh my gosh, so much resin. Let me zoom this out so you can see what we're talking about here. So Eduard has included 4 different resin bags. First, you get your Brassin wheels. The wheels are, I'll just take out one of them so you can see. They are molded, of course. You got the pour stubs, but the hubs are separate, at least for one side of the wheel. So you can get a nice clean paint demarcation by just doing the hubs separately from the wheels, which is going to be nice. It's a little bit of an extra feature to make it easy to work with there. My first time ever doing resin wheels, so I'm sure I'll have to experiment a good bit with the razor saw before I cut into that. And then most of this are cockpit pieces. You have sidewalls and different components for your cockpit in here. I've heard horror stories of using resin aftermarket cockpits in terms of getting them to fit right. However, since this was specifically made by Eduard for this kit specifically, I hope that it's not going to be a nightmare. Here's your control panel, by the way, and it is blank, so it is designed to mesh perfectly with the photoetch. I don't know how that's going to go execution-wise, but it's clearly at least designed to smoothly replace your kit parts. The detail on this is what you get with Eduard resin, which I've seen plenty of reviews for. It's very nuanced, it's very fine. Scale thickness on these pieces. This is going to be an adventure for me to really get this cockpit hyper detailed. It also has changed my plans a little bit because I'd intended to do Barber's Plane in flight, you know, en route to shoot down Yamamoto's Betty. However, because of the level of detail we've got with the wheels, with the gear bay components, the photoetch, with the cockpit, I don't want to have all that closed up. So I will display this just before takeoff, a sort of pre-loading scene, as it were, and I'll have some sort of a nameplate depicting that. But that has changed my plans a little bit, but just the level of detail here, it makes it really worth it. There's your seat, lightning holes, a really nice cockpit base, turbochargers. I've heard there were issues with the turbochargers in this kit, but there are absolutely no flaws with these as far as their pouring goes. So I'm super happy about all of that. And the extra intakes and whatnot, scale thickness there. So that's nice. Push that over there because I want to make this video quick. We do have masks, and the masks include that wavy snake pattern, which I pointed out on the instructions. You can't see it because it's really finely cut there. It just looks like yellow, but the masks are all here for your windows, for the snake. And then we have the decals. So all of your kits are going to be on here. You've got the different roundels. You've got them with and without the wings, with and without the red borders. You have all the craft that we looked at that are in the instructions. Miss Virginia is right here with the 147, so I got all that I need here. So I'm going to have lots of leftover P38 decals and lots of stencils here. I don't know if there's going to be any extras, but if so, that'd be great. So you get an awful lot with this kit. I got this on an online auction site. I spent a little bit more than $35 on it. I saw it retailing for around $50, so I got a deal. Hopefully you can do the same, but if not, $50 is a great price to pay for everything in here. If you want to build a 1/48 P38 Lightning and do it with as much accuracy and versatility as you can, I don't think I could recommend this kit anymore. Now, once it's all built and comes together, I'll do my best to review that and have a little after-action report, as it were. But that's just a quickie look at the Eduard Early Lightning Limited Edition set, which again is the Academy 1/48 P38 with a whole bunch of Eduard Brassin photo etch goodies. So check out more on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/themuseummodeler, or the actual blog website, which is themuseummodeler.wordpress.com. And if you're looking at this, you've probably already found us on YouTube, but if you haven't, click subscribe yet, go ahead and do that. I'm doing my best to get unboxings, reviews, etc. done at a decent clip. So doing my best to keep us updated here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was informative and sets you down the fun path that I'm setting down myself. Take care, have a great day, and happy modeling.